back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Q&A. So I've been wanting to do one for a little while now, and I thought, what perfect time to do it other than the start of 2019. Feels weird to say that actually, 2019. Grab a coffee, make sure it's nap time or bedtime. It's probably gonna be a long one because you guys asked me so many questions. I asked you both on Instagram and then on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna be going through both of those. I screenshotted a bunch, both of those. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Haley. I am a single mom to this crazy peanut right here. Her name is Sydney. I would love to have you a part of my channel. I do all kinds of lifestyle, motherhood videos, beauty related. I love makeup videos, so I would love to have you a part of my channel here. So go ahead and click subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and let's jump into it. I hope you can hear me throughout this video, but this is what we do here. First question, do you work out? How do you stay in shape? And I love you and your daughter. You are just the cutest. Aw, thank you guys. So no, I have not worked out since I was pregnant. So like for 3 years have not worked out. You guys, I don't know if you know this. No, you probably don't. I used to be hardcore into working out and fitness. I used to want to do, I never did competitions, but I used to want to do like bikini competitions. Like, I didn't want to do the shows, but I wanted to look like that, like be so fit and ripped. And anyway, so I used to be obsessed. I haven't worked out in 3 years. It's the longest I've been in my entire life. I am the flabbiest I have been in a really long time. So that's one of, not a New Year's resolution, but it's one of my goals soon here. Once I like reel in the holiday cooking and foods, I need to get myself into some shape and eat better. So yeah, no. You seem so strong. Do you fear anything in life? Yeah, I do. I mean, I fear death. I feel like a lot of people do though. I try not to like think about my fears a whole lot as far as like, you know, of course, like I'm afraid of spiders, but like bigger things, like what are you afraid of? I fear death. That's a big one. And like, hello, once you're a mom, I feel like everyone fears their child being abducted and God forbid anything happening to them. So yeah, I do. I have those fears. This question is, would you ever consider getting eyelash extensions or just stick with strips? I've been wanting eyelash extensions for a long time now, probably at least a year. But I don't have that kind of time. I just don't have people to watch Sydney for me. Like, what is it, every 3 weeks that you need to get refilled? They're just super high maintenance, and I just don't have that kind of time. Or I guess I could find the time if I made it a priority. And two, they're also really, really expensive, and I'm just prioritizing my money in a different direction currently. But I super, super want eyelash extensions, and I also want microblading done for my eyes or for my eyebrows, because I feel like brows and lashes, if you wake up with brows and lashes, you kind of look like you're put together. And would you consider doing a finance series? You would help so many. I feel like I've shared kind of all that I have done or all that I know so far in the few videos that I've done. I will link them down in the description box below so you guys can watch them. The last one that I did, I feel like I touched on kind of my journey. I think that when I grow financially from where I am right now, once I grow to where I want to be and like pay off more debt and do things like that, I think I might dive into that more if that interests you guys. What was your favorite part of breastfeeding? Let's see. I mean, obviously the bond that I had, but I think just knowing that I was providing for my child, oh my word, I'm such an emotional pansy. I'm about to like tear up because we don't anymore, obviously, but I would just say knowing that I was providing my daughter life through my body, and had been since the moment I got pregnant, and we breastfed for 16 months. Just knowing that I was like nourishing her was my favorite part. It was, I don't know, I felt so proud and accomplished. So I got literally so many questions about dating, and I know I did on my last Q&A, and I think that I will until I get a boyfriend or I start dating or talk to you guys about that. Honestly, I think I'm ready now. I really do. I thought I was ready like the last Q&A. I'm like, I think I might be ready soon. No, like I'm ready. I don't have a clue how I'm gonna tackle it. Like, I am so not into the app online dating world. but how am I gonna meet someone? Because I never do anything. Like, unless I meet a dad at the park, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think that I might be ready to start dating, or to start thinking and maybe looking more instead of just going out in the public and being like this, you know? So soon, but I'm really, really picky. So it could take me 2 years to find someone. Favorite snacks for you and Sydney? Okay, well, my child eats anything. She literally will eat anything. So I don't even know. I don't really have a favorite snack. I'm not a huge snacker. Maybe like a granola bar, like Kind bars, or Think Thin bars, protein bars. What are your favorite sit-down lessons you do with Sydney, and how do you keep her interested? It's getting a lot harder to keep her attention, like to teach her things. Right now I'm trying to teach her numbers, and I feel like teaching her numbers is way harder than it was to teach her letters. For some reason, she had a major interest in letters. As far as numbers go, she's like, she just doesn't want to seem to look or pay attention. I just try to focus on something a little bit at a time, and I try to do it like, if she's tired and snuggling with me, I will tend to, not tired, but like if she's, you know, relaxing and snuggling with me, I'll try to teach her then, or I'll like interact with her down on the floor and do like 10 minutes at a time, 5-10 minutes. And my go-to is just visual, anything visual. Writing, like writing on her, you know, water mat, using her letters, reading her books, and pointing out the different letters in the books, and pointing out different objects and whatnot. But just getting on her level and like playing with her. That's how I teach her the most. I would say the flashcards are the number one thing that has ever taught her anything. And I recently got her the numbers and counting flashcards. And of course I'll link them down below, but I feel like every single one of you has them now, because not just because I recommended them, but because they're so good. How long were you and Sydney's dad together before you got pregnant with Sydney? I think I've answered this before, and it was around 4 years. 4 years? 3 years? 4 years? 3 or 4 years, something like that. I think it was 4. How did the relationship with you and her father end? Are you dating? As far as how the relationship ended, I mean, let's just say lifestyles differences. That's the only thing I can say on here that's okay, appropriate. And are you dating? Not currently, but hopefully this year, maybe. Would you ever get Sydney a puppy? And if so, at what age? I'll never say never. I'm not a dog person. I don't hate dogs. Like, dogs are cute and they're fun and, you know, whatever, but there's so much maintenance. I'm just not a huge dog person, because I didn't really grow up with dogs either, so I think that has a lot to do with it. I never had them in my life really, but I know she's gonna want one because she's my animal loving child. Like, she loves animals. So we will cross that bridge when that happens. You go to daycare or any kind of school to interact with other kids? She doesn't, not right now, no daycare. A, it's expensive, and B, I'm here with her pretty much all the time besides when I work. But we interact with other kids. We have a play date at least once a week with our friends who have 2 children, and yes, it's starting to become like, wait a minute, those are my toys. Why is someone else playing with them and I have to be okay with that? So we're starting to go with the sharing thing and like learn the sharing thing. I definitely think it's really important for her to have interaction with other kids. I think I'll be putting her in preschool when, I don't even want to talk about that, but I think I'll be putting her in preschool here in a couple of years. I don't know, they go when they're like 4 or something like that, 3 or 4. Someone asked, did you go to college? If so, what did you major in? I know I've answered that before. I majored in human nutrition and dietetics. I actually did 3 years of biochemistry, and then I switched on my 4th year, I switched to nutrition. So I did graduate. I have a bachelor's degree in nutrition. Straight out of college, I used my degree, and then it just wasn't as much of a passion the money wasn't there, so I work in the restaurant industry. I'm a waitress and bartender now. I didn't want to work in a hospital, and that was a lot of the job seeking, you know, jobs around here. I wanted more like health and wellness and prevention, which I know a lot of people do without a degree now. But I wanted to be more of like a gym nutritionist. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but I had to pick something. And then I switched my major and I had to pick another thing, and then I just wasn't really ready. Move like an animal. Would you ever travel for work through YouTube sponsors? I can see you doing great videos this year. Oh, I love it. Yeah, heck yeah. I know a lot of brands do like brand trips, and I would love to go on a brand trip someday. Like that would be absolutely amazing. Like that would be a dream. Did Sydney ever use a pacifier? And if so, how did you wean her off of it? She never took a pacifier. I tried a little bit in the beginning because, you know, your child's like screaming in public and you're like, hurry up. But no, she never took a pacifier. She didn't know how to suck on it or anything. So at about 5 months, she found her thumb. So she sucks her thumb. Not all the time, just usually like for comfort or when she's tired, but she doesn't suck it like all day long while she's playing or anything like that. I have no idea how I'm gonna wean her off of that. What are your favorite YouTube channels to watch, and which is your all-time #1? Okay, all-time #1, everyone knows it's Jaclyn Hill. She was the very first YouTube video I've ever watched, ever. I watched her like Kim K contour video and I was hooked to that girl. I've watched every single one of her videos. I started liking makeup and doing makeup because of her. I went VIB Rouge at Sephora because of her. Really bad. That was before I had Sydney. So I definitely follow a lot of makeup people on YouTube, but I don't watch them as much now. I much prefer watching vlogs and lifestyle videos. I watch, oh no, I lost them. I watch Tara Henderson, Tiffany Beeston, like Beauty and the Beestons, Alex Garza, Alex and Michael, and her other beauty channel too. Desi Perkins, I love her. Desi and Katie, I love when they do vlogs. Their vlogs are like, how do you successfully co-parent with Sydney's father? Define successful. I don't know. We both kind of agreed on the way things are working as far as right now goes, like the routine goes. Yeah, we don't get along some of the times, a lot of, you know, some of the times. But I think it helps too that neither one of us have a significant other currently. So there's not that aspect and there's not awkwardness or weirdness. It's just, it was kind of like friends towards the end of our relationship anyway. So we're kind of like co-parenting friends. It helps that I kind of do it all. We'll just, I don't know, say that. Do you want any more kids and how far down the road? I got a couple of these questions actually, and I started like getting super emotional. I can't find them now, but I started getting super emotional reading them because someone asked, how do you feel about Sydney possibly being an only child? And if that's what God plans for me and the universe plans for me, then I'm gonna enjoy her to the fullest. I have always wanted more than one child. I've always wanted at least 2. I say 2 was my magic number for the longest time, and I still want another child. I still want to be, I'm gonna get so emotional because I'm such a sap. Yeah, I really hope that I can have another child. I want to experience pregnancy again. I want to be married and have a family and have Sydney have like a play buddy here all the time. And hey, we don't eat paper. I am 31. I'm actually going to be 32 in May. So, oh, it feels so old when I talk about my number, but I don't feel like I'm 31 or 32. Yeah, my biological clock is, you know, when I'm not, I don't even have a boyfriend. I really wanted to have 2 children by the time I was 30. And here I am. Someone's talking about opening up a little bit more about losing my father. I mean, I think I'm like mentally okay. I lost my father when I was 15. How old was I? I was 15 and my brother was 12. So I was 15 when I lost my father, and it was sudden. It wasn't expected. Yeah. but I know a lot of people have nowadays. I know it's so sad, but I know a lot of people have. How did you grow your YouTube channel, and how did you get your channel out there, and when did it start growing? I feel like I am still growing. Oh, when I started this pregnancy channel, I didn't start it intending on it's gonna be my career. I'm gonna have 100,000 subscribers. I'm gonna quit my job, and like I did eventually shortly after. But my goal originally was because when I got pregnant, I couldn't find hardly anything out there about pregnancy symptoms. There were like no mom influencers. I just couldn't find many influencers out there who did it, and it's probably because of my age group just weren't. Maybe it's because I hadn't searched them yet, but I felt like it didn't exist. So I started my channel because of that, and about 2 years ago, was it 3 years ago now? It was 2 years in September. But because of my, we'll say like social issues, my relationship issues, just life issues, I didn't post often. Sometimes I would go like a month without posting. Sometimes I'd post maybe once a week. Like I was so sporadic. Even now that I look back at my pregnancy videos, I'm like so bummed that I was going through things that I kind of allowed to get in my way, and I didn't post as much because now I'm like, oh, I want to look back on my pregnancy, and I want to look back on things, and I didn't take as many pictures or videos as I wanted to, and there wasn't vlogging. Like people didn't vlog as much as they did now. Maybe they did, but I didn't know about the vlogging thing as much as I do now. I felt like I had to always sit down and do my makeup and look pretty and sit there and tell a story. And if I would have just chilled and vlogged, oh my word, blanket. There's no such thing as a saturated market, because guess what? I'm the only me. There's no other me out there. So this is my channel. My channel is unique because it's me. It's not just because I'm a motherhood lifestyle channel doesn't mean I'm like anyone else. I am me, and I will get subscribers, and I will someday be a full-time YouTuber, work from home, quit my other job. That is my goal. My number one goal in 2019 is to quit my other job and just do YouTube. I'm gonna make it happen. But number one thing to growing your channel, I would say consistency. Ooh, a pear. Consistency is key. Like once I started uploading 2 and 3 videos a week consistently, I started gaining subscribers way faster that way. But yeah, be consistent and be real. No one wants to watch like people not being themselves. You can totally tell. What was the first baby food solid that you gave Sydney? Rice cereal at 5 months. I know you can do like rice cereal, or a lot of people do oatmeal now because I know rice cereal has no nutrients, whatever. But I gave her a little bit of rice cereal mixed with breast milk when she was 5 months old. And then the first actual like food she had was at 6 months. She had carrots. That was her first food ever. Scarfed it right up, and I should have known right then and there that she was gonna be a foodie, because she will eat absolutely anything. How do you keep your house so clean? My house is literally a disaster. Yeah, this is where I get myself. I'll like see all these other YouTubers and their houses are perfect and beautiful, and I feel like there are no toys anywhere, and I'm over here with paper towels shredded on my floor and 5,000 pieces of every toy she owns everywhere. So no, my house, as far as cleanliness goes, yes, I clean, but it's a cluttered toy nest. Does Sydney have meltdowns in public, and how do you handle them? She's only ever had like 1 or 2 moments where she's kind of had a meltdown in public, and one time I had to leave the store, but she wasn't like scream crying. Excuse me, she was just being a little expressive and whiny, and I just couldn't talk her out of being whiny. But I keep many of snacks on hand, and also I tell her she can talk so well, she can use her words, so I have to tell her she needs to use her words, and sometimes I have to just let her cry for like a good 30 seconds, and then she'll start sucking her thumb, hold her blanket, and be done. The blanket though, you guys, it's really my lifesaver. Or I'll try to distract her and play peekaboo, or I'll distract her and just be very eccentric and try to be funny and make it tickle her and give her a snack, like snacks, playing. Oh, good Lord, the food. Snacks, playing, telling her to use her words. I don't know, but yeah. Would you rather have a guest room or a playroom? And how often do you buy toys for Sydney? So I actually had this dilemma. I just now am turning my guest room into a playroom, and originally it was a guest room. I said no, I need that as a guest room, but honestly I've lived here for almost 4 years, and I think I've had family spend the night like 3 times ever, so it's gonna be a playroom. I don't buy her toys very often, Christmas, birthdays, and occasionally, you know, once in a, like, I don't know, 1 a month, not even. She has so many toys, but 3/4 of them didn't even come from me. So a lot of the toys that I do buy her are more like puzzles and her magnetic letters, like educational toys or books. I'll definitely buy her books like once a month at least. I've heard you say that you're a Taurus. Do you consider someone's zodiac sign before dating them? I don't really pay attention to the zodiac. I only know that I'm a Taurus. I know what, I don't have a clue about anyone else's sign besides the Taurus. I know a little bit about Aquarius because Sydney's an Aquarius. So I don't know about any other sign or what matches with me or what, so no. What are your favorite ways to unwind? Any favorite movies or TV shows? Unwinding would be watching YouTube, watching a movie or Netflix, TV shows at night. Like during the day I have, like during the nap time, whatever, I have Food Network channel on. I like The Big Bang Theory. That is just typically on at nighttime when I chill. Wine. Or taking a bath, okay. Scratch all the other stuff. Taking a bubble bath with a Lush bath bomb and a face mask. That is how I unwind. Just kidding about all the other stuff. Did you start potty training as early as 18 months? I don't want to potty train, to be honest. I really don't, but we're going to. I think we're going to start on Wednesday because I don't work on Wednesday and I'll have like that full gap of time between work and potty training. When did I get the potty? When she was 18 months? 19 months? Something like that? 20 months? I don't even know. Started going pee on the potty here and there at like 19 months, we'll say. I know some kids are potty trained at 16 months and some are potty trained at 4. So you never know. It's really, you never know. All right, you guys. Okay, on that note, we are gonna stop right here. I think this little girl needs some attention from her mommy. I love you. Oh, good Lord. She needs attention because she's starting to beat me up. I love you. You need attention? Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave any more questions you have down in the comments below and I will be answering them away. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.